Check, check, check.
Well, that is just an image from the computer desktop. So yeah, they should be different.
Check, check, check.
Let me check. Okay, it's on the wrong thing.
Check, check. That should have worked. Mic check.
Welcome to, there we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bobcat Insider, live from Shenanigans. We're a little bit in the shadow realm at this moment, but that's okay. We're going to make do with what we got. My name is Chad Moon. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Arlen Ponder. And, of course, as always, we're joined by a head football coach, Mark Smith. Coach, first and foremost, welcome back. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. It's always great being here, coming to Shenanigans again, Monday night. Yeah, love it. And we just celebrate the Bobcats again tonight. We'll talk some football, and we also got all of our area track qualifiers here tonight, so it's going to be a great night. We got a bunch of great guys and girls that are doing great things in the track program, and excited to celebrate them.
Fantastic. Before we jump into it, there's been a question, and of course, I'm sure you're a big football guy, of course, but I'm sure you'll probably watch a little bit of golf in your time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, of course, you watched the Masters.
Yes, I did.
So, first and foremost, what's your thoughts on Rory going back-to-back there?
What a tournament. I just think just the level of excellence that everything is around that tournament. It's always fun to watch and to see things, and, the excitement that goes in from the first day on Thursday to the last hole, and then the ebbs and flows and ups and downs and the emotions that go with that. And then I think what's always challenging about golf for me is these guys, they don't always know the score and what they have to do. And, I always wondered kind of, is there a caddy keeping up with it, or how do they know? I know with the Masters, you got the big scoreboard back there that you can kind of glance at, or you hear a roar over on a different hole, and you wonder, what do I really need to go for this shot? Can I be conservative here?
Yeah.
So I've always kind of wondered about that.
I love the perspective of that, because I never once thought about that because, of course, I've played a few rounds myself, but, of course, you're in public golf course, and there's no crowd, so you're just like, oh, yeah, cool, let's send it. And, I just never thought about that. Of course, me being a big Texas guy, I was rooting for Scotty, but, it didn't work out in that regard, but it's all good. But the reason why I bring it up is because there's been a question really circulating social media and it really started yesterday going into today. And Arlen, you can give me your insight as well on this as well. But let's say you are in the Masters, and every hole, instead of driving from the tees, you are the furthest distance from the cup on the green. Do you think you could win the Masters?
I'm just happy if I can find the ball. Once I tee off, I'm happy if I can find the ball. I'm not a golfer, I'm a baseballer.
That's fair. Coach, what do you think? The furthest on the green, all you got to do is putt. It's the furthest distance from every cup, but of course you don't got to drive. You're just on the green, all 18
I better
holes.
win. You got to win.
Yeah, you got to win.
You get the ball on the green, on the edge of the green, and they're on the tee box, you better be able to,
I don't know if I can trust my putt
pretty
game.
Close, it'll still be pretty close, but especially with the way those greens work. You saw, they get on it, the slopes, and it comes all the way off. And,
I don't know. Genuinely, and of course, this is me exposing my inexperience on the golf course. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can trust my putt game. I don't know what it is. Me and irons can work, but me and the putting green, I have no idea. It's way left and right and center, and it's never where I want it to go. But I was curious about that. But without further ado, let's dive right into football. Of course, we're talking about previously, before going on air, you already mentioned to us, you have not officially started the full-blown spring practice. Y'all been doing skills and drills. Walk us through some of those. What are you seeing from the guys early on? You said about 2.5 weeks, correct?
Yeah, we start spring ball officially starts on April the 23rd, next Thursday. A week from this Thursday, we put the helmets on. 2 days in helmets, Thursday, Friday, and then we go full pads the following Monday. So we've been kind of leading up to that in our different phases through the offseason program. We've gotten into our skills and drills phase. And, what I like to do is we start out in skills and drills. I spend about 2 weeks where the players work both sides of the ball. So they play offense and they play defense, regardless of what they played as their primary position a year ago during the season. And we do that for a couple of reasons. Number one is we want to identify who can fill a need for us, in all of the spots that we have. And, you're always surprised with some guy, a guy here or a guy there. They may have been a primary player on this side of the ball, but now they're going to play on this side of the ball this season. I think every team has a different formula for what it takes to win. And, we got a bunch of selfless players that go out there and they bust their tail and do it all. And then you also find some guys that find a role on the other side of the ball. Maybe it's a strong offensive player, Xavion Johnson, who's a starting running back coming back for us. But, man, he really showed some explosiveness, and he may be a great third down pass rusher. You get him in a pass situation and put him on the edge and let him go rush the passer. So you identify things like that as well. And then it serves that purpose. And then one more, I think that any player, that cares about their development and their growth, they can be a primary offensive guy. Maybe they're a wide out, but when they're working out on defense with the DBs, they can really listen and pay attention to the instruction of those defensive coaches and learn the techniques that we're teaching over there to help them be a better receiver when they go back on the offensive side of the ball. So there's a lot of that goes on, and we educate them in that. Like, look, guys, you may not play that other side of the ball, but for this period of time, really soak it in, dive into it, and compete over there, learn what you can learn to help you be a better player on your primary side.
And that's what I've always liked about you talking about that and having that alternate. You do learn those things, and you learn how to lean on that D-back, or you learn, if you're in wide receiver, you learn how to lean on them, or if you're on the opposite side of the ball, you learn how that guard is going to play that.
That's exactly right.
And so I love that about your approach to doing that. And you found somebody last year that was on the offensive side or on the defensive side, and they ended up being somebody that you subbed in. I can't remember who it was, but
well, we had several guys that played in different packages, on the other side of the ball or not. Maybe it's a third down defensive package or a primary offensive player, or maybe it's a specialty package on offense and you play a primary defensive player. I know, we had Mason Vansickle caught a touchdown pass 2 years ago. He was
that was it.
He was involved in our short yardage offensive package. So you're going to find those guys that can do that, and it's going to just make them a better football player. I give them some examples of guys that I've coached in the past that have had great experience from one side of the ball to the other. And I started with Cortland Sutton, when I was at SMU coaching there. Cortland Sutton was on our team, was recruited at Brenham High School as a defensive back at Brenham High School, played DB, safety at Brenham. Right. And so he's working out, on both sides of the ball, which we did during training camp there. I'm like, man, this guy's really got a great long radius to go catch the ball. He's got a great frame and length. So we made the switch.
Some of the strongest hands in the NFL right there.
About $80 million later, it's been a good decision for him. And he's made a lot of great praise for the Denver Broncos. But, that's just one example of a lot, guys. And so I tell them, look, that may be you. You may be that guy that played primarily and even get recruited on this spot, and you may get moved in college. Lots of examples of that as well. So take this experience, and it's valuable to everybody. We did, when we started a few practices ago, we ended up declaring kind of that now you're going to be primary offense. We went ahead and separated them that way, but we still have a core group of guys, about a dozen guys, that we continue to work on both sides of the ball because we do believe they'll have a role on both sides of the ball for us in the fall. Yeah.
And it's a different wrinkle. Whenever I know you and I talked about it, whenever Midland's preparing for you or you're preparing for Midland, you go, they have that coach has to think now, oh, wait, am I going to see them in this package?
That's exactly right.
Am I going to see them in that package?
I think, in terms of football, I never want the game to be on the line and look to the sideline and have 4 or 5 of my best players, watching. I want to find a way to make sure that we have them in a great position to be successful. You can't necessarily teach them everything on both sides of the ball, but I think you can have a role for them, and then you package what they do together, and this is your role and your contribution on this side of the ball, and limit that to them, so then they got their primary role on one side of the ball, but have a package for them on the other side.
Absolutely.
Now, something I can really think about, especially when you look at maybe the player's perspective. Now, obviously, me and my history of playing sports, I know I never really questioned decisions that my coaching really gave me, but those players who may have maybe a little bit of more of an ego and maybe they think they're one side of the ball, what's that conversation like with them more? I'm sure, of course, they get to a point where it's like, well, you're playing or you're not, but is there any type of words for players who may be uncomfortable within those transitioning to the other side or those other packages?
That's a great question. I think, number one, it starts with a great deal of trust. When I talk to the players about this is what we're going to do, and I think you need to explain to them this is why we're going to do it. So I think maybe initially a player might kind of be like, I don't know, all I've done is done this, for several years. I don't know if that's going to be beneficial to me. But, our players, we have a great trusting relationship with the players and the coaching staff. So when you explain to them, here's the value in you doing this, and then give some examples about some people that, and you found somebody here that had a real skill set doing this. So I challenge them with find a role. If it's not your primary side of the ball, find a role. And I explained to the players again this morning, 2 things that we wake up with every day, that we're given, and that's a chance and a choice. You have a chance and an opportunity to go prove yourself and add value, for yourself and create that value for yourself every day. And then the second thing is a choice. Now, what choice are you going to make? Am I going to go be the best at this today and dominate this in my role, whatever it may be? If I'm asked to stand on the sideline and move this dummy from here to here, here, I'm going to do it with excellence. Or if I'm asked to go out and execute a play that I may not be comfortable with, am I prepared to do that? So chance and a choice every day. And, we had some learning things with that today. I got onto a few of our guys. It's Monday, okay? And they weren't in the shape that I wanted to be in on a Monday morning to go. A couple of guys were huffing and puffing and not making it through some of the things that I wanted to do. And I'm like, let's peel the layer of the onion back. What were your decisions and choices this weekend? Are they in alignment with getting your body in the best position it can be to go contribute and make a difference on Monday morning? And the answer to that to me was no, by the way that they came in. So, they had a chance today and a choice to make over the weekend to get them ready to go. And so we use all those things as learning experiences. So I like to educate the players, first of all, make sure they understand why we're doing what we're doing. I think, that's a big thing with players. I was always that way. I was the blind guy that coach said, hey, go and do this. I did it without question. But I think it adds more value and meaning when you can explain, this is why I want you to do this. And you can articulate that to young people. Like, all right, I got it. I know I'm a primary wideout, but my time over here on defense, it is valuable. I am going to learn some techniques that will help me be a better wideout in the long run. So I think explaining it to them is a big part of it, and making sure they understand exactly what you're trying to accomplish through that.
Yeah, and you talking about being prepared. I've even started, you always talk about the next man up mentality. I even started using that in my program. There, even though we're audio visual, but hey, next man up. Okay, that person goes down. What do you do for here? And you have to keep that going, and you can't let your team down.
No,
and that's the way I explain it to them is let's not let our teammates down.
I had a great conversation this past Saturday with Joey McGuire out at Texas Tech. I took Mike to there, and we were out and we watched practice out there today. And Joey's been a good friend for a long time, and many of the guys on his staff. And Joey and I played against each other twice in the playoffs when he was the head coach at Cedar Hill and I was the head coach at LD Bell. And he was asking kind of where are you guys at right now in your off-season program, and I was telling him about our phase of skills and drills and working both sides of the ball. And Joey's like, what, I did the exact same thing when I was at Cedar Hill. We did that. He goes, and in fact, when we played each other in the playoffs, the second time we played each other in the playoffs, it was a 13-10 game. He won. It was a great football game, but their running back got hurt, okay? And so he had to bring a safety over to play running back. And he said that safety relied back on the training that he had during that period of time when he worked. He hadn't played running back since his freshman year. Now he's a senior. But he relied back on those experiences that he had during that moment. It was the next man up.
Yeah.
That was kind of that. And you may find a situation like that too through this. Hey, I need you to come and do this right now because there's a need over here at this spot. So it is. It matters. All of those things, kind of come together. Sometimes in funny ways like that. Sometimes it's very much right in front of your face, and it's a move you need to make now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And honestly, I love these stories, just these mindsets, because the common, maybe day-to-day fan doesn't really recognize these stories of these situations where you mentioned the Cortland Sutton story. You mentioned these stories of hey, this guy just kind of came out of nowhere. We weren't expecting because we didn't know he could do this.
Yep.
All of a sudden now it's in your back pocket and you're ready. Here you go. Go
I'll
look at this.
I'll give you one more. I told him the same thing. When I was coaching defensive backs at the University of Arkansas, our coordinator was a guy named John Chavis. And Chief had coached a lot of different places and coordinated in the SEC a long time, Tennessee, LSU, Texas A&M. And he brought up the story about when they were at LSU, and there were two guys that came in, Patrick Peterson and Justin Jefferson. So Patrick Peterson was a high school wideout.
Okay.
Flipped to defensive back once he got to LSU. Justin Jefferson, high school defensive back, flipped to wideout because of this same thing that we're talking about. So Cortland Sutton, Patrick Peterson, Justin Jefferson.
All three of those guys made a whole lot of money.
Exactly. And they made the move in college. Not necessarily even in high school.
Insane.
But when you explain that to the players, and you give them some more of those things, and there's a little more credibility, kind of a little bit behind with what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Now, of course, I know we have the track team, so I only have one more question, and I'm glad you bring up college coaches and college things because, and forgive me if y'all talked about this on our previous show, but of course recently we had National Signing Day with some of those athletes going to sign their letters of intent to go play college sports, may not be football, whatever it is. But I'm curious, obviously the news is out there. Some of you guys are getting looks, as they typically do from college programs. So I'm curious, in the landscape of NIL and the landscape of transfer portal, all this stuff that is becoming new and now becoming common knowledge of the day-to-day sports fan, as a high school head coach, is there any words or conversations you're having with these players, your players who are either getting looks, who are signing their NLIs or whatever that may be? And what's usually the kind of those common words or common things you tell them when it comes to their situations of maybe entering a transfer portal, maybe trying to decide what school to go to and whatnot?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is, it's a marathon and not a sprint anymore. This is a long term, and even if you make a decision to go to a certain place, you may find yourself at a second school, a third school, those things. And there are fewer opportunities for high school players now. That's a fact. You're seeing the numbers of high school players signed reduce every year on National Signing Day. So much of it's in the transfer portal now. So what's different now than what it used to be is you're seeing a lot of guys have to take a path of going to maybe a smaller school to then have an opportunity to go to a bigger school because people are backfilling their rosters with older veteran players. So there's still a fair amount of schools that are doing a great investment in signing high school players, but not near as many as there used to be.
Right.
So I think patience is part of it, and I think when you make a decision to go somewhere, the primary focus for me is to get playing time because you want to go and play. If you go somewhere and you're not able to play right away and put anything on tape, that you've played against other quality people, college-level people, you'll never have the opportunity to go where you want to go. So maybe I go to a Division II school, but I'm going to choose to go there. I feel like I'm a Division I player, but you need to go somewhere where you can put things on tape and play. Do not go somewhere or choose a school where you're going to go and have to sit 2 to 3 years. You will get stuck and you'll get passed up in that. So I think that's part of the decision-making that has to go into it, and then the exposure that you get by going different places is wonderful and great. You need to go everywhere that you can go. I think always, choosing on situations where I can get on the field and play. It's become less relational than it used to be and more transactional in terms of, decision making for there. I remember myself recruiting and going in and out of homes all over the country. I love that part, building the relationships, and there's still some schools that do that, but the bottom line is it is a business. And, you're signing a 1-year contract to go to this place and play, and then if you don't perform, you will be out and somebody else will be in. So it's very transactional now, and I think if you can find the right place that fits you, that you can get on the field and play, and then put on tape and build your resume that way, then you can have great, opportunity to go somewhere else.
And that's pretty much what it is now. It's a resume. It's kind of like with us. We put together packages and reels and all of our good shots.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that they're going to have to do is now they're going to have to do that.
You're building your resume is putting things on tape, and it's not just practice tape. You got to put things on tape during game situations right there to be able to make a move. And colleges have entire departments now that are college scouts. So they're scouring, Division II and NAIA and FCS and those kind of things to find the best players that go. So you just have to know that my path may be here to get to where I want to go rather than going right to where you want to go. Yep.
Wise words from a coach who's been in the business. Well, Coach, we have track coming up here shortly.
Get them up here. I'm
for
excited.
sure. So when we come back, we'll have the track teams up here on stage. I'm not sure exactly the order we're going to go about, so we're going to figure it out when we come back. We'll have somebody here. So you are watching Bobcat Insider live from Shenanigans.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in, and we're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get $12,000 off this new 2025 GMC Sierra. $12,000 off. Or save $5,000 off this new 2025 GMC Acadia. Deep discounts, low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in. We're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get this 2025 GMC Terrain. You could pay only $29,999. Or this 2025 Buick Envista. You could pay $21,999. Deep discounts and low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
Let's make a deal. No games, no gimmicks. Just straightforward deals at Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road. You can be in the driver's seat of a new Camry. Drive this one for only $30,844 and 4.75% APR for 60 months. Here's a deal that's hard to pass up. A new Tacoma for only $39,897 and 3.99% APR for 60 months. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option.
Hey, welcome back to Concho Sports Insider, Bobcat Insider here at Shenanigans. I'm joined by these guys. Name and rank there.
Jacob Martin, I'm the head boys track coach.
Roy Garcia, I'm the head girls track coach.
All right, so we got these guys, and we got these guys behind us now. What, all of these are area qualifiers, is that right?
These are most of our area qualifiers, yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us, I'm looking at some stats that they gave us. The Midland boys dominated us with like 193 points, but we were in second place. Is that right?
We were in fifth.
Fifth, okay.
Yes, we had a chance going in, and some other things happened where we weren't able to have the results that we needed to get second. But yes, sir, the Midland Lee boys were very dominant.
Well, that's okay. It happens, right? But and everybody has a bad day. But looking at all these stats and stuff, we didn't have many of these guys that had bad days.
These guys behind us did not.
Okay.
They ran really well, performed at the highest level. So,
well, that's good. And so, who all do we have back here? Say your name, what you do, and what grade you're in. Oh, hold on.
Try that again.
Hi, my name is Colt Martin. I'm a freshman at Central, and I run the 4x4.
Hi, my name is Solomon Moffley, and I'm going to be throwing discus.
I know my name's Trey Steele. I do pole vault. I'm in the 11th grade.
My name's John Morales. I'm a sophomore, and I do the 2-mile and the 800.
My name's Sebastian Gonzalez. I'm a sophomore, and I do the 800.
My name's Aiden Garcia. I'm a sophomore. I run the 2-mile and mile.
Now, wait a minute. Why? I got to ask. Why would you guys want to run that far?
They're really good at it.
Yeah, they are.
Are you being chased or something? Because that's the only way I'm running that far.
No, it's just I've just always been really good at it, and I've never really been good at sprinting, so I just chose my only option.
So it's like Coach Smith says, it's a marathon, right?
Yeah.
It's not a sprint. There you go. All right, so tell me about what you prepare mentally for to run distance, because it's different than preparing for running, say, a sprint, throwing the discus, things like that. How do you prepare yourself mentally?
Well, I just don't think of it as anything hard, because we've just been doing it so consistently that it's just not even hard anymore. It's just natural.
Okay. So who is that one person that you go to and you say, you know what? Because, we all see the football players, we all see the baseball players, things like that. Who is that one pro or one person that you think of and you go, hey, I need to be like them?
My friend Cameron Hash. He's a senior.
No. You can say that. You don't have to be pro.
Oh.
You can do whoever, man.
I look up to Caden Leonard.
Okay.
You know who he is?
No.
Neither do I.
So, but you prepare yourself like mentally, and you look at it and you go, I want to be like him, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sure all you guys do that with somebody, right? You look for your idol that you go, I want to be like them, and then you find that one person that you go, especially at school, but especially against our rivals, you find that person and you go, I don't like them, I want to beat them, kind of thing. Does everybody find that you find that one that you go to?
My rival right now is someone from Midland Legacy. His name is Jamie. We've been battling out the whole season, back and forth. He beat me at district, but I'm planning to beat him at area to advance to regionals.
Yep. That's what I'm looking for. That's the right answer right there. And so, coaches, do y'all give that mentality that, hey, you find that person that you want to beat, and they got that target on their back?
A lot of the distance guys, Coach X does a great job with them, and they come ready to compete every day. Cam Hash, who was a senior this year, he didn't make it to area this year, but he was kind of the leader of that group that these guys followed and looked up to, and I'm glad AG said his name because he kind of led them on all those miles that they had to go on, and they competed every day because they knew if they didn't, they weren't going to be able to make the varsity team for the distance. So it was really good to watch them compete every day, even when they were going on 8-9 mile runs every day, every other day, something like that. So.
No. Yeah, and so you just made me completely forget what I was going to ask you, but with the 8 or 9 mile run, I tell you, that just blew me away. The fact that people want to do that, us big guys, we don't want to do that. We're linemen. We don't want to play those games. But so you, in a sense, you had with Cameron, you had another coach on the field.
We did. He was like I said, he's our only senior in that group, and he did a great job of leading them and kind of setting the standard. These guys have the talent that they're all young, sophomores. All three of them.
Yeah.
And so they had talent. They just, I don't know if they had the right direction. And like I said, Coach X and Cam just were able to pave that way for them and show them, what it takes to compete at the highest level.
And that's kind of cool because you as a coach can sit back and go, I know I do it as a teacher. I sit back and go, okay, you seniors go handle that for me. I'll sit back here and watch, and if I have to get involved, then I'm going to get involved, and it's going to be probably a lot worse than what you're hearing from them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of the things that all of them do, boys and girls. Coach Martin's done a great job putting our run workouts together. But you talk about starting in the middle of January, and now we're going into the end of April, going to a area meet, and the amount or the opportunity and ability to avoid injury. From all the running, from not just the workouts, but then you stress your body in competition. Coach Martin's done a good job scheduling these kids in some ice baths and some things like that, just to make sure there's a schedule of maintenance that we got to be able to sustain throughout the season.
And that's one of the things I was going to get to. How closely do y'all work with, of course this, how closely do y'all work with sports med to make sure that, Coach Glass and them are getting them taken care of? And
we try to stay out of that area as much as possible.
I hear you.
Except for recovery.
There you go.
So if they have to go in there for something else other than recovery, we need to look at what we're doing. So we try to avoid that area as much as possible.
That's good.
No offense to Coach Glass.
No. Well, hey, it's okay. He's got thick skin. So is there any, going into area, how do you coach them to get them? I mean, you've got them to district, like you said, Coach. You started in the middle of January. How are you continuing to put that carrot out there in front of them to go run faster?
What's the reality of what they got to execute to move on to the next round? Like, you have to be in the top 4 at district to go to area. And then we got to be realistic, because now we're competing in that area with 2 different districts. You got to be in the top 4 to advance to the next section, which is regionals, and which will be on the other side of Texas. Like area, we're going to El Paso, and then regionals, we end up going to Austin. And so it's a big lap that we get to make, and to give these kids the opportunity to excel and get behind them and support them for what they want to do to perform at the best that they can and beat some people. Like you said, you heard it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some one-on-ones that they're trying to go after some people. And when you do it, you know, you start moving that bridge of success, not just in this field of competition, but you move it into when you start competing in businesses, when you start competing in scholastics or for opportunities for scholarships and things like that, and you learn the grit and the grind that it's going to take to be able to get those things done.
Yeah. So is there, and we were talking about signing day before, is there anybody looking at any of y'all and going, hey, we want y'all to come and run with us, we want y'all to come and throw with us, or whatever? Is there anybody that's done that with any of y'all?
Well, right now I would just to go out there and say it. I mean, they're all pretty young in what they're doing.
They're babies.
So.
I forgot.
Yeah,
so they can't.
There's nobody over a junior. You're the only junior up here.
Oh,
Everybody else is freshman and sophomore.
Freshman and sophomore. I didn't
Hopefully
even
he's
think
getting
about
some
that.
people talking to him, but
right.
Well,
so there's future.
There is future.
There's future. It's not just hey, we're going to be one and done. There's some future here. Well, that's really cool, actually. And so, anybody break a personal best this year?
Every one of them.
Yes,
every one
of them.
That's awesome.
PR'd this year.
Yes. And even the ones that aren't here have PR'd as well.
Really?
That are going to go to area.
That's awesome. That's awesome that y'all are getting that and you're seeing that and getting that experience. So, anything else you guys got?
Just proud of them, ready to go watch them compete.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and when's the area? When
Friday.
and where?
Friday in El Paso at Socorro Athletic Complex.
Okay. All right. So
it starts early in the morning and finishes 6, 7 o'clock at night.
So y'all driving down?
Driving down Thursday.
We're
coming back Friday night.
Oh, fun stuff. But
Saturday morning, I should say.
Saturday morning, you come driving in. Yeah, I've made that drive several times. Well, that's good, and we wish you a lot of luck, and we hope that you bring back some awards and some hardware so that we can put up here next time around maybe and show it off.
That'd be great.
Well, top four get to advance to the next level, so that's what we're also getting ready for.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll have the ladies up here behind us, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm Arlen Ponder. We'll be right back right after this.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in, and we're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get $12,000 off this new 2025 GMC Sierra. $12,000 off. Or save $5,000 off this new 2025 GMC Acadia. Deep discounts, low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in. We're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get this 2025 GMC Terrain. You could pay only $29,999. Or this 2025 Buick Envista. You could pay $21,999. Deep discounts and low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
Let's make a deal. No games, no gimmicks. Just straightforward deals at Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road. You can be in the driver's seat of a new Camry. Drive this one for only $30,844 and 4.75% APR for 60 months. Here's a deal that's hard to pass up. A new Tacoma for only $39,897 and 3.99% APR for 60 months. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Welcome back to Bobcats Insider. I'm Arlen Ponder. I'm here with Coach Martin and Coach Garcia, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry,
Yes, sir.
Coach.
You're all right.
Yep. So now we had the gentlemen and we heard them, and so now we have the ladies. So ladies, say what you do, or I'm sorry, who you are, what you do, and what grade you're in.
Hi, my name is Jada Ennis. I am a senior and I qualified for the 4x1.
I'm Sophie Hernandez, and I'm a junior, and I qualified for the 800, 400, and the 4x4.
Hi, my name's Maddie Rios. I'm a senior, and I qualified for the 4x1, 4x2, and 4x4.
My name's Amari Vincent. I'm a senior, and I qualified for the 4x1, 200, and 4x4.
Hi, my name's Grayson Coates. I'm a junior, and I qualified for the 4x1 and the 300 hurdles.
Hi, my name is Sydney Crooks. I'm a junior. I qualified for high jump and triple jump.
Very good. And I know that talking to Coach Smith, he was saying we have a cheerleader up here, somebody that played basketball, or
Two of them that played basketball, two of them that played volleyball, a cheerleader. So I think there's only two of them that actually only do track.
Wow. And then you also had a hurdler there. Who was the hurdler?
Grayson.
So a hurdler. Okay. I would face plant and be all scarred up everything if I tried to do hurdles. But so coaches, changing gears. What's different whenever you're talking to the boys versus whenever you're talking to the ladies? I know you have to talk to them different because I have daughters, but what's different about the mentality and the mindset? Is there a difference? And if there is, what is it?
Not really. You just got to be able to find a different route to get there than the boys. You can't just go in yelling and angry and screaming at them like you can a guy. You kind of got to work around what they're thinking and try to get into their thought process of what is actually concerning them.
And
you got to play mind games.
Man, well, I like I said, I have daughters, so I know exactly 4 of them, and all 4 of them, and all of them, if any of them are like mine, you have to approach all 4 of them differently.
Every one of them's different.
Every one of them's different, and so motivating them and getting them going. How do you find that little bit that you go, hey, if you run extra fast, I'll give you some candy. It's not like that.
No, they're all pretty self-motivated. There's not much that we have to do to get them motivated to run and go compete. They're all great competitors that, they want to be great. And if they keep blowing or doing whatever they're doing behind me, I might have to run extra tomorrow.
Yeah, well, hey, they got to pick, right? So, talking basically long distance again. Some of y'all were the 4x400, right?
Yes, sir.
What made y'all want to do the 4x400?
Well, none of us actually wanted to do the 4x4. We kind of just got put in it, but now we really like it.
And what, you qualified for area?
Yes.
So you didn't like it, but you qualified.
Well, now it's our favorite race.
Okay. Makes sense.
We started with that last year, so they didn't really want to run it last year. We made it to regionals, so now they actually like running it.
Now they like running.
It's exceptional to watch these girls run that 4x4. I've been coaching 26 years of my career, 18 as a track coach. This group of girls is the fastest 4x4 that I have had the opportunity to be around and watch. So I'm a huge fan of the job that Coach Martin and coaches have done with them and these girls, because they do. There's some that have a twins ankle or a light hamstring. You wouldn't tell it when they're competing and running, because they give everything they have.
That's good. And is there one of you that's the cheerleader, or the one that's looking at everybody and going, hey, come on, let's pick it up, or is there one that's like, hey guys, we can do this, come on?
So Serena's not here, but she's our freshman on the 4x4, and she's just sunshines and rainbows all the time. But she gets really scared, but she keeps us happy and ready.
So what does she get scared about?
The boogeyman.
Anything?
Just because she's the youngest, so she thinks that she can't go out there, but she's one of our best girls, so.
Right, and so all of y'all are young, right? How many of y'all are seniors?
I'm a senior, Amari's a senior, and Jada's a senior.
Okay, so, but you've got those younger ones that you're picking up and carrying, and like Coach Smith talks about the next man up mentality. Do y'all have that same approach to, hey, next man up? Okay, if I go down, I need you to come in.
Yeah, we're all really encouraging to each other, and I think that helps us out a lot because we all have really great chemistry, so we're able to, pick each other up kind of all the time because we all get nervous sometimes, but as long as we have each other.
Makes sense. Okay, so also looking at, does anybody have that one that y'all are going back and forth with, that y'all are just right on the edge of, hey, I'm gonna kick her tail this meet. I know I'm gonna do it. Is there anybody that y'all have that with right now?
Someone from the other side.
From a different school? Yes. From a different school, yeah.
Right now we've had no competition. We're always way in front.
That's what I like to hear. No competition. Yeah. You're not trying to catch up with anybody, right? They're trying to catch up with you? Yeah. They're seeing your brake lights, huh?
By the time Maddie gets the baton, she's our anchor. There's no one within about 50 meters of us. So.
Really? That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, what was it? Coach Smith said that y'all are potential to break a record in the 4x4?
We have the opportunity. Yes.
Right now, we have the number 4 all-time time for the 4x4 at Central, and we're 5 seconds away from the record, the school record.
So that's stacked pretty solid there, 1 through 4, huh?
We're also undefeated in the 4x4.
That's awesome.
Tell them that. Tell them that.
Tell them. Yep. There you go. So, in hurdles, what made you want to do hurdles?
I'm not really quite sure. I mean, it's not really I would never see myself doing it because I'm really short, but my brother did hurdles and he was really, really good at them, and so I've kind of just looked up to him all my years. And my mom was a good track star, and yeah, she's just really my motivation to just keep going. And even though I'm short, I still get up there in all my races, first, second, or third. And when I'm just falling or feeling down, she's just always there, and that's really just what keeps me going.
Hey, and that's great to have. That parental support there. What about is Sydney back there? Sydney? Okay.
She's not blonde anymore. So
Sydney, high jump and long jump.
Triple.
Oh, triple. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
So what made you? Do? Oh yeah, long. So what made you decide to do those?
How do I say this? I mean, my main sport is all jumping, so I've always had the, jumping ability, but I used to run in hurdles in 7th grade, and I kind of dropped that my 8th grade year to focus more on just straight jumping, but I just enjoy the sand, love playing in the sand, and only have to run, 50 meters, and it's just fun. I love it.
So is there anybody up here that you picked one sport, you picked one event, and then Coach Martin or the coaches came in and went, no, you're not doing that, and moved you to another one?
I think Sophie would.
Sophie?
I just added something to Sophie.
Sophie running the 8.
Sophie, what they add to yours? What did they add to yours that you didn't have before? That Coach Martin went, you have to do this now.
I got added to the 800.
To the 800?
Yes, sir.
I don't blame you. Why did you add her to the 800?
Got us points.
Got us points. And that's
she
something.
Could do it. And so she made it to area in both the 400 and the 800.
That's awesome. And that's stuff that people don't realize that aren't a part of track or anything like that. They don't realize that you need those points. So you may get stuck in an event just to compete.
Keely, who's sitting over there at the end of the table, she did pole vault for the first time this year at district and got us a point. So, again, without that point, we would not have gotten second in district.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, is there anything else we're missing, coaches?
Coach Garcia? Girls? Anything else?
No?
No.
Anything else? So, and they're going to El Paso on Friday also?
We are all as one team.
One team. Well, that's good. And so y'all looking forward to going to El Paso? You ever been to El Paso? You go to the end of the earth, and then you drive about 10 more miles, and there's El Paso, right? Okay. Yeah, well, we've played football out there before, so we know, right? Where it is? Yeah.
It's way out there.
It's too far out there. So, okay. Ladies, we wish y'all the best of luck. Coaches, hopefully you'll come back and tell us, hey, we got a couple of qualifiers for regionals, and then hopefully we got a couple of state champs maybe.
Yes, sir.
Working on that.
That would be great to have. So, well, I think that'll wrap us up here. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Bobcat Insider. I'm Arlen Ponder, Coach Martin, Coach Garcia. These ladies, we appreciate you joining us, and have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chief Insider live from Shenanigans. My name is Chad Miller, and I'm riding solo in terms of the talent on air today. But I have some fantastic guests. Of course, joining me for his second time on this show is Jonathan Gonzalez, the head coach of the Maidens track team. Coach, first and foremost, welcome back to the show, and nice to see you again, man.
Nice to see y'all again.
Well, so obviously we're going to dive right into it. Of course, as a team may not be the result in which the Maidens seeks, but as I've just been informed just a second ago, what we originally thought was 3, you now have 4 qualifiers for and remind me, it was the area meet. And of course, I'm sure some of them are behind us here and joining us here today, I'm assuming. So let's just dive right in. First and foremost, let's just talk about the season as a whole and maybe some of the ups and downs of what this Maidens team has had to endure.
The season in a whole, it's been a great season. I've loved it. I've enjoyed every second of it. I know the girls, at times, they loved me and they hated me. There's been a lot of change. It's been a very developmental season. The ups, the girls, they're going to do whatever you ask them to do. They're going to do everything to 100%. They're going to do anything they want to do great in your eyes. The downs, the biggest thing that got us this year was injuries.
Yeah.
About midway through the season, towards the end of the year, we've been battling injuries. To the point where we ended up having to scratch a relay out of district because we were just so down on girls and everything. So it was a great year. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but going back, we need to take care of injuries a little bit better. But
yeah, obviously in the district meet came out with 6th place with 27 points in the results. I'm sure with some of those some of the girls were healthy, probably bumps up a little bit more in that regard. But without further ado, that is not, of course, cannot discount the all-district medalists, and of course the girls who have qualified for the next round. And I'm going to apologize so much if I butcher this name. Layla Liao? Layla Liao.
Yes, sir.
That was my second guess, and I was going to ride with it and hope I got it right the first try. Qualified in 2 events, according to my notes here, the 3200 and the 1600. God, I'm so sorry for your legs, whichever one you are.
It's okay.
With the 2nd and 4th place finish. And this one, the last name is going to really give me Pamela Ayer.
That's it.
Oh, look at that. I'm getting better and better already. Then the 300-meter hurdles got 4th place. And then as you just informed me prior to the show, Analicia Vasquez qualified in the 100-meter as well. So obviously, let's just kind of dive right in and just talk to me about those four individual ladies right there.
Those 4 ladies, they're hard workers. They want it. They're all the girls in track. They all want to work hard, and they all want to be successful. These girls came out. Of course, they were a little less prone to the injury towards the end of the year. Analicia Vasquez is still kind of battling a little bit of an injury, but she's getting through it. But Pam and Layla, Pam, she's been on and off with hurdles, and this year she came out and she was like, I'm going to give it my all, and it's been a great year for her. Layla as well, she's a sophomore, so that's great to see.
Yeah, my notes show that right there, yeah.
Qualifying up in 2 events, so that was very good to see. She goes out there, she works hard every single day. She's one of those weird ones that like to run miles on miles on miles, but hey, it pays off for some of us. I don't run very many miles.
Oh, man. I must say, me either, man. I don't run very many miles. Thankfully, being the talent, even though I do my own research at times, I'm lucky enough to have some people who hopefully give me some of these notes. So it does specify the sophomore and calling her the distance engine of this Maidens program, earning silver, of course, and then narrowly missing a medal in the 1600 by just 0.01 seconds. And that's absolutely baffling considering it's probably going to take me that long to even just figure out what the heck I'm doing. Nonetheless, let's dive right in and actually meet some of the girls on stage. So we do have a microphone behind us. Ladies, you just want to give us your name, your classification, and then what events you compete in for the Maidens.
Hi, I'm Layla Liao, and I run the 1600 and the 32 and the 800, and I'm a sophomore.
God, that's a lot of running.
Hi, I'm Analicia Vasquez. I'm a senior, and I run the Open 100 4x2, 4x4, long jump, and triple jump.
I'm Pamela Ayer, and I'm a senior. And this year I competed in the 4x1, the 4x2, the 4x4, and the 300-meter hurdles. So.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. Jeez. I mean, as y'all can see, folks, I'm not built for track at all, but I just hear it in my head, and I'm just like, ooh, okay. Well, let's start with my notes called the distance engine. Layla, talk to me about just what got you into simply just starting running these distances? And I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's probably relates to, like, oh, hey, coach told me to. But like, what keeps you going to be able to run these distances?
So I didn't start doing distance till my 7th grade year, and I just started keep pushing myself to keep going and to keep trying. I started putting all glory to God and keep praying about it. And then I met Coach Rowitz my freshman year last year, and he just kept me pushing, and so did Miss Coach Sleeper. They like pushed me to my greatest, and I feel like without them, I wouldn't have accomplished so much than what I have right now.
So Coach Rowitz is your distance coach then?
Yes, sir.
He's in the crowd. I see him out there.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, my man? So, I mean, I guess. So you mentioned 3 of them, the 3,200, 600, and you said the 800, right?
Yes, sir.
So if there is a favorite, which with that much running, I'm not sure how there is, what is the favorite and why?
I would say the 2 mile.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
What about it just makes you just like, why do you pick that?
I pick it because it pushes me like so much in a better athlete, and it pushes me so much in cross country as well because it's made me such a better athlete to keep going and to remember I can keep finishing the races as much as I can and just keep my positivity through it all and just meeting all the people through it as well. That's what keeps me going.
Just relationships.
Yes, sir.
I got to applaud that. That's very, very, very nice. Good answer overall. You mentioned, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you were a sophomore?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other events that you want to try to, I mean, I just heard the laundry list from these 2 ladies. So is there any additional events you want to try to spread out to, or you really want to focus on these distance races?
I mean, I think another race that's not distance is probably the 4x4 that I've done, and I've actually loved it so much too because it's like a really intense race that gets you going as well, where it pushes you too.
Walk me through that mindset. You say you did the 4x4, so I know that's shorter distance.
Yes,
so
sir.
what's that mentality different like when you're trying to run that 4x4? I guess which leg are you in the 4x4 typically?
I'm usually always 3rd leg, and like when I'm 3rd, I just try to like push it my all and just keep it tiptoe, and like I think of it as running a hill in cross country if I'm honest, and I just try to finish it all the way and put my arms and use my knees because that's what Rhodes also taught me as well when he's like saying knees, knees, knees.
And then how does that differ for the 2 mile in this case? I mean, I can imagine, of course, one of them is a lot more explosive. You're really going at it for 1 lap, and then of course you switch that to, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's 8 laps on the traditional track.
I would just say, like, when I started off first, I try not to put my all at first because I'm like, I need to keep my energy and but I have to also keep a really good stride and paceness, if that makes sense. And then once I'm on my like last 800, I try to push it as hard as I can and think about it as an 800, then I have to finish it. And I have to try, because I have my distance spikes, so I like run with my spikes at the end to keep me going all the way as well.
There we go. Moving on, let's go to, I'm believing, Alicia, correct? So with that being the case, qualified in the 100 meter, just kind of walk me through just what that moment is like for you, just knowing that you are going to be able to move on to the next round.
Okay, so I've been injured for about a month, and I made it to district finals. I got 6th. I didn't make it out to area, but then my coach sometime last week told me that a spot opened up, and honestly, when he told me, it was a lot to process emotionally and mentally, but I'm just overall excited and ready for it, and I'm blessed that I got a second chance.
Obviously, I wasn't going to mention the whole 2 scratches. That's okay. It's all right. We'll leave it up, and of course, it's all fantastic for you. So now, walk me through this journey. You already mentioned, of course, I'm not going to ask for specifics, but you've been injured for a month, you said. What's this journey for you been like in this month of just trying to be able to work your way back to at least even have the opportunity to compete in districts?
Honestly, the first couple of weeks, even though I was injured, I tried just attacking practices intensely when I probably shouldn't have. That probably hurt me even more. But then I finally calmed down and realized that I need to heal. I needed to do treatment. I need to just get better and be able to run at district. I was still hurt when I was running at district, but I had enough strength to at least finish my race. So.
Hey, and that's all that matters. I'm sure you're going to see Coach over here just trying to make sure he's like, yeah, that sounds about right. So I know you gave me a longer list, but it's still not the longest list up here. So what is your favorite event to compete in within track?
The 100.
Oh, yeah, well, that's easy enough. 100 sprint. There we go. I guess what's that? Is there anybody specifically who, and of course, my knowledge extends as far as the Olympics. I'm not a track guy nonetheless, but is there anybody who may you look up to be like, try to capture that mentality? And it may not even be in track. Is there anybody you just want to try to work your running after, I guess is probably the best way to put it?
Honestly, just seeing a lot of the upperclassmen when I was a freshman, sophomore, seeing their attitude towards it, being pushed by my previous coaches and my coach now, it's just like always amplified my adrenaline whenever I run and like just the love I have for the sport. So I always wanted to like do my best.
Fantastic. And remind me, you are what class are you again?
Senior.
You're a senior? Well, I mean, that leaves the easy next question. What's it like to be the senior on this team and working with coach and all that other fun stuff?
It for sure is a big responsibility, wanting to make sure you set a good example for the underclassmen. You know, you've been on the team for 3-4 years, and you just want to be a good role model and set a good example.
Fantastic. And, of course, last but certainly not least, we got what Coach already called Pam, so I'm going to call her Pam.
Yes, sir.
The 300-meter hurdles, I don't run very often, and God knows I don't jump either. So it's one of those deals of walk me through. Let's just start with the season. I know you gave me a long laundry list of events. Let's just stick to the 300-meter hurdles. So you finished 4th. Yes. Correct me if I'm wrong, the time of 51.18.
Yes, sir.
So kind of what was that like, just knowing that you clinched that 4th spot to be able to qualify for the next round?
It was definitely like it pumped up my adrenaline. It gave me like that spark that like I still have it in me, you know, that like I've never qualified for area till my senior year. So like having this chance and having like that act, like I used to see those girls compete, and now I'm like actually like going there and like being trained for it, being like every week at practice, like pushing, like that work just like puts in at the end of it, and like that's something I'm so grateful I've seen. So yeah.
That's indeed great. So you gave me a laundry list. I already said that many times. I'm probably going to hammer that down and kick the dead horse. But out of all the events you gave me, is the 300-meter hurdles your favorite? If not, what is and why?
It's definitely like it crowns like my whole like all my events, but I like running the 4x2 because it's like that teamwork. You have like your legs at the same corner of the track and just like pushing through like at the end of that race, just like seeing everybody and just meeting up like, yo, we PR'd, like just the adrenaline and the happiness that 4x2 like gave me this year was incredible. I loved it.
And I'm glad you mentioned PR because now the thought in my head, we'll have you all answer it as well. What is your PR?
49 point. Oh, in the 4x2?
Whichever one you want to give me.
Oh, in my 300, it's 49.2.
And then in the 4x2?
In the 4x2, I am not sure that.
That's okay. That's all right. We're not gonna cross it. It's all right. It's all good. I know you gave me one of them, and that's something impressive because it might take me that long to get 50 meters instead of 300. So I guess what's that? Walk me through the mentality though. This is one that the hurdles in general, I know some of them, I know they can vary in size, the heights and all that fun stuff. Is there something like you're telling yourself, is there like a beat you try to stick to when you're going through the hurdles?
Trying to stay on my feet is one of them.
Yeah.
Definitely through every single hurdle, but it's just trying to catch that first girl in a way and just like trying to stay on that tempo after you passed over the hurdle, because like sometimes you can like stumble, be flat-footed, but like it's just I think the pace after the hurdle is something I try to keep up with.
Hey, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So walk me through, I know you also said that you are a senior in this team, so what has it been like, your senior year, this is basically the last hurrah. What's it like? What are the emotions that you're feeling in this moment?
It's definitely like that. It's gonna come to an end. So, but the fight that we fought this year was definitely, we gave it our all. Like out on the track, every meet, I've just seen girls push to tears. And I tried to put in that mark to where they will have that next year. Like, oh yeah, you guys remember when so-and-so, just having that, those steps to just follow.
Leaving a little bit of a legacy. I like it. I dig it. I dig it. So I am also going to ask this to Annalicia as well. What's the what's the plan after high school? Do we have any? We trying to go go compete in track in college? Or we just kind of focus on studies? What are we thinking here?
I'm gonna focus on my studies.
That's all right.
But
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm doing. I'm studying to be an oncology nurse.
Okay.
Pediatric oncologist.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I'm doing nursing right now.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So we're gonna work our way back. So I'm gonna come back to you. You're gonna the same 2 questions. One of them, what's the plan after your senior year, and then give me the PR in whatever event you want to give me.
Okay, so my plan after senior year is to focus on my studies. I want to be either a stenographer or a dental hygienist, and I'm really excited for the next chapter, even though I'm really sad that this chapter is closing. And my PR, like for all of
Whichever one you want to give me. I mean, shoot, give me if you have them all, give me all of them. Why not?
Okay.
Let's have a fun time.
My PR for the 100 is a 12:54. My PR for long jump is a 16:4, and then for triple jump is a 34 foot something, and then I don't know about the relays.
Okay, well, that's all good. We appreciate it nonetheless. And then, of course, we'll come back to you. You only give me three events, so we can get there. Give me your PRs in all 3, and then the other question I'm going to leave you with, I'll ask you after the PRs.
Okay, so for my 3200, I'm sure it's a 13 flat, which I just ran at district, and then my 1600, it's a 559, which I'm so blessed that I got because I was wanting to break 6 so badly. And
Also
then,
a district, it looks like.
And then for my 800, it's a 241, and that's a time I'm cool with because I've never run the 800 before, and just starting it with this year and doing well with it is what I'm blessed to have over here this year.
Fantastic. And then the last question we'll leave you with, I know you were not a senior, so what's it like maybe with these 2 ladies, but also the rest of the seniors and the Maidens team?
Wait,
What's it like being with them and just the inspiration they give you being that you're a younger student?
It just shows me a lot of confidence to keep going, even if getting injured and just thinking I'm doing terrible and stuff. They just show me that I need to keep pushing myself and keep positivity. And like, even if some bad things, I need to find positivity in it because I'm not always going to PR in me. I'm not always going to have a perfect race. And that's like a mindset that I've gotten in a positivity way. And they like help me keep my head up through everything. And they've always been there for me. And that's just what I'm so glad that I have this year.
Fantastic. Well, before we move on to the boys, Coach, I mean, is there any special messages? What's it? Talk about these 3 girls and what they got to do to be able to make the best of this next round in the playoffs.
Well, it's been a great season,
yeah.
And I'm looking forward to weeks ahead.
Yeah.
Biggest thing that I've relayed to the girls is God's got a plan for everybody. So regardless of what happens, understand God's got a plan. We can't question it. We got to move on with our lives. So it's been great. I've enjoyed it. First year taking over, it's been awesome. And it's kind of opened my eyes. I've dealt with the girls here and there, just being a hurdle coach, but taking over the full girls program has been a very eye-opener, but it's been amazing. And I've been truly blessed.
Fantastic. Let's give it up for the Maidens track team. And when we come back from break, we're going to have the Chiefs track team. Hopefully, I know some of them can see some of the blue out there, so hopefully they're here. When we come back, you are watching Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in, and we're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get $12,000 off this new 2025 GMC Sierra. $12,000 off. Or save $5,000 off this new 2025 GMC Acadia. Deep discounts, low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa is a giant of a credit card. With great low rates, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, and even a rewards option, First Community's Platinum Visa is the card for you. With security as a high priority, you can lock your card in case it's lost, stolen, or just to limit its use. So be smart, bank smart with First Community Federal Credit Union's Platinum Visa.
Deep discounts and low prices on all 2025s in stock. 2026 vehicles are rolling in. We're forced to start our 2025 year-end clearance event now. Get this 2025 GMC Terrain. You could pay only $29,999. Or this 2025 Buick Envista. You could pay $21,999. Deep discounts and low prices during our 2025 year-end clearance event. Only at Mitchell Buick GMC, your hometown dealer.
Let's make a deal. No games, no gimmicks. Just straightforward deals at Mitchell Toyota on Knickerbocker Road. You can be in the driver's seat of a new Camry. Drive this one for only $38.44 and 4.75% APR for 60 months. Here's a deal that's hard to pass up. A new Tacoma for only $39,897 and 3.99% APR for 60 months. Mitchell Toyota, where we put the deal back in dealership.
Welcome back to Chiefs Insider live from Shenanigans. I got the boys track team up here, of course, led by head coach Derek Allenbar. Coach, first and foremost, welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Glad to have us.
Of course, this is I believe it's the second time I've talked to you. Of course, we talked to you during the football season, but you are back with the boys team and boys track team. And I mean, I see a lot of trophies here under the individual championship at the district meet. So talk to me about how that meet went as a whole for your program.
It was a great meet, the district meet. Going into it, there was a little question. We had some athletes who were kind of coming off some injuries, so I wasn't quite sure how they were going to be, how they were going to compete, but it was just a great day. The boys competed very hard. We had, I don't know exactly, I think 6 athletes qualify. I don't know how many total events, but they stepped up, and I was just really proud of the way they competed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking a look at this right now. I do see 5 different events that y'all topped the podium for. And then, of course, that does result in the rest of this. So, of course, going through those events, Concho Johnson got topped the podium in the 100 to 200 meter. And then I see the 4x8 and the 4x16 100 that I'm assuming some of these young men are up here for. Gabe Alvarez, Calvin Whitfield, Chris Rodella, and Concho Johnson. And then the 4x16, Nathaniel Gonzalez. I'm going to butcher his name so bad. I'm so sorry. Lacey, I know his last name's Lacey, got on me on that first name. Chris Odell and Calvin Whitfield. And then it looks like Nathaniel Gonzalez also ended up podium on the 400. So obviously a very solid top of thing in terms of the individual awards for your team. Y'all did finish 3rd place with 91 points in the district. So it seems to be an all-in-all good performance by your program overall, just in the whole shape of things.
Yes, we were glad to have the kids qualify and get out into. We were right there with Friendship. We could have gotten 2nd place, which is a couple of points behind.
Yeah.
But it was great to see the boys compete really hard. We were just really proud of their performance.
Fantastic. And now, let's just jump right in and meet some of these young men. Of course, we'll start under the microphones behind me. As I already mentioned, first and last name, what grade you're in, and what events you do.
My name is Nathaniel Gonzalez. I'm a junior at Lakeview High School, and I run the 400 and the 4x4.
Fantastic.
My name is Calvin Whitfield.
Oh, goodness. Here we go.
I'm a junior, and I...
This is great.
I run the 800, 4x2, and 4x4.
We got there. All right, next.
My name is Christian Esparza. I'm a senior, and I run the 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, and the 4x4.
Fantastic.
I'm Chris Rodella. I'm a junior. I run the 4x4 and the 4x2.
Fantastic. And then ending with off here with?
My name is Gabriel Alvarez. I run the 100, the 4x2, and the 4x4.
Fantastic. No, I've had the privilege of being able to pretty much say, I think, all of y'all's names at one point during y'all's time. I know a lot of y'all on the football team, so that's kind of where I covered most of the prospects there. Let's start with the behind me. Just walk me through kind of what was it like for your season thus far, how do you think districts went as a whole, and kind of what the emotions are feeling like?
I felt a great rush of joy and ambition when I came back this season. The previous season I was out due to a knee injury. So I just, I kept going. My drive and my ambition kept me going this whole season. District as a whole was a great experience for me, especially because I haven't been in district for a year. And all in all, it was just a wonderful, joyous time in my life.
What was one of those, some of those motivations for you just to be able to get back out there? I mean, I know knee injuries and as a whole are tough to come back from. So what just kind of kept you going?
Well, first and foremost, my mom. She's my biggest supporter that I've ever had in my life. And so is my heavenly savior, Jesus Christ.
Good answers as a whole. What do you, I know you walked me through some of your events. What are those PRs in said events, if you can remember them?
Yeah, I have a 50.33 in the open 4. And
hey, it happened at district. There we go. I got that one.
And then I don't even know what I ran in the 4x4. I think it's like around the same time.
Hey, you know what? That works all the way around. We'll pass the microphone down. And similar questions for you, man. I mean, I know you had a bit of a journey even this year because, if I remember correctly, you got hurt during football season and then had a battle back from that. So what was that turnaround? Because I believe it was game 3 pretty much. It was early in the season where you went down with your injury and then having to come back and be able to compete in track. What was that journey like for yourself?
Yeah, it was a little rough. I broke my collarbone.
That's fun. Love that so much.
Yeah. And I knew I had to put in a lot of work to get to where I'm at right now because I've broken it before and I didn't work as hard and I didn't go as far as I wanted to my freshman year. But I put in work this year.
Hey, you know what? That's what's great about it. So, of course, here shows that you are, I guess, technically the 4x4, but then also, or the 4x1600, right? Am I doing that correctly?
4x4.
4x4. Okay, then my notes are wrong. I apologize. So 4x4, and then the 4x8 as well.
These are the 4x2.
4x2.
Yes.
So okay, split up.
4x2,
Split up.
4x4.
Okay, you know what? I need to go yell at my notes guy later. It's okay. It's all good. This one wasn't me this time. So the 4x4. And then the 4x2. Walk me through those events for yourself and kind of what it's like. So I know you're listed third here. Are you the third leg, or you're the last leg, the anchor, or what legs are you in both of them?
Yeah, I'm anchor for the 4x4, and I'm third leg for the 4x2.
Walk me through the mentality for yourself, knowing that you, of course, you're in a team with other young men, but also knowing that you got to do your job in the situations.
Yeah, I understand the pressure of the anchor spot in the 4x4, and I got to be that guy to push through and get us where we need to be. I think I did that pretty well at district.
I mean, I suppose you did. I mean, you come in here with 2 top of podiums. That's pretty solid for the event.
I'd like to comment on that race. It was a really good race. So it's a little misleading on this. So the 4x4 team was Nathaniel was the first leg.
Okay.
Christian Esparza was second leg.
Yep.
Chris Odella third leg, and then Calvin was anchor.
Okay, so this is all wrong. I apologize.
It's different. It's messed up. But
it's all good.
But it was Lubbock Liberty had a lead on the team, and then Calvin he stayed right behind him until probably about the last 150 meters and decided that he was not going to take defeat. And so it was just really great to see him pass him and get the gold.
It was that football speed. I know you've seen you from the backfield having to do all those fun stuff. So that's great all around. Let's move on to the next man up. So just walk me through it. I mean, kind of what the season's been like for yourself. I know I've said your name countless times throughout the years. So what's it like being known to transitioning to each sport?
It was pretty good. I started track a little bit later than everybody else because of basketball.
Right. Hence the bleached hair. Yeah.
But it was good. At practice, every day these guys would push me to my limits. Nick Leyva and Isaac Torres, they pushed me in the hurdles, helped me get better. But these guys especially helped me get better at the 4x4 and really trusted me to go out there and run with them.
So I guess walk me honestly, this probably could work for all of y'all. I mean, just for that race for you emotionally, kind of what was it like just going through it all and your leg comes up and you just got to make it happen?
It's a good feeling. Nathaniel, he really does a good start, like getting out the blocks and having first good 400 and passing it on to me. And, you know, my teammates trust me to hopefully run a good time and give it over to Chris and keep it going. And Calvin finishing it off for us in the 4x4. So it's just a really good feeling.
So I know my notes have been all wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all came out on top of that race, correct? So what was that feeling, seeing just at the end of it, you're just watching, and of course you got done with your leg, but now you got to watch the rest of the race. What's that emotions going like when you see, as a coach, that last 150 to see it happen and get the win?
We were a little bit behind once Calvin got the baton, but I already knew he was going to catch him. The last 100 meters, you know. Calvin's really good. I already knew he was going to catch him. Calvin really loves the 4x4, and he lives for this. And I just knew, and once I saw him pass him, I got so excited. And it was just a great time.
Fantastic. I mean, I know I'm just going to be repeating these questions, so I hope he was listening to it at least a little bit. So kind of walk me through your perspective of the race.
The race was really good. When I got the baton from Christian, we were a little behind. Second time running it, so I knew it was gonna do good, you know. But I knew I was gonna have to catch up, give Calvin the best lead I can give him, and I knew he was gonna bring it home because I saw him and I was like, he's running like the best, and he brought it home for us.
I can see. Look at he's cheesing real big over here. So I guess, walk me through, and like I said, I asked him the question here. So, of course, you gave him the baton, and you just got to watch him work. So when you see him, and as Coach mentioned, last 150, he catches him. What's that emotion like for you, just watching it from the side there?
Scary, to be honest. I was kind of nervous that we were going to get second, but then I started to see Calvin, and I kind of realized that it was like I just had to put all my faith in him, and he brought it home. I knew it was.
Fantastic. And we go to the one with the headset over here. Look at these cheesing over here. He knows. He's done this before. So walk me through district for you, man. I mean, see your name here and just kind of walk me through it. What's it like for you knowing you get to qualify for the next round?
District was fun, but I was supposed to run 2 events, but I DQ'd for the 100. So that was an amazing feeling because I love the 100. The 100 is my favorite event. And then the 4x2, we did really great. We came in trying to break the school record because we have a good chance of breaking the school record. But
what is the record?
127.62.
Yeah, that's it's pretty good. Yeah, we are going to get there. I would imagine. Y'all got some speedsters up here on stage, so would not be shocked whatsoever. Coming down to the 4x2, which leg are you?
Second leg.
Second leg.
Yes, sir.
So what's it like for you knowing that? Okay, cool. You're in the middle of the race and you got to pass it off and watch the last 2 legs from the side. What were the emotions like for you?
I just got to catch him. I just got to catch a stagger and keep the lead for Calvin.
Fantastic. I just love how everybody just eventually comes back to you here. It's like, yeah, I got to just get that lead and watch him work. It just love it. So, Coach, from your perspective, obviously, of course, I'm sure you were just in that zone the entire time. What was it like watching these young men put that work in and come out on top?
Yes, well, you probably already figured out you have an idea of what I have to deal with up here. It's like this constantly.
I love the confidence. I love the confidence of this.
But when it's time to turn it on, these guys, they're focused, they're ready to go, and we have all the confidence in the world with them because we know they're going to be ready. We just try to tell them, hey, trust your training. You're going to be good. You're going to go out and do it. And really it's just having them go out and perform.
For yourself, is there a style of coaching changing from whenever you're in football season? I know the events are different and maybe the mentality is a little bit different. Do you change your coaching style around the specific events you're coaching compared to like football, compared to track, or is it all just kind of the same and you just make it happen?
I think, there's moments on the track, especially when you see one of the athletes perform really well or do something great, or they've overcame something, then you have that emotion come out. Otherwise, most of the time, I'm trying to just stay calm and controlled and let these guys just go to work.
Fantastic. So what do we got looking ahead for from the next round? Obviously, we got some of the young men here. I know Concho, I'm assuming he qualified because his name's here, and I know he's not here at the moment. So I guess talk to me just a little bit about his performance from district.
Yes, he was one who had he got hurt at San Angelo Relays, and so he was just taking some time trying to rehab and rest up. And so his first meet was at District coming back, and we were all kind of holding our breath when he ran that 100 in prelims, and he pops off a 10.5 the first time, so we knew he was feeling pretty good. And then he went out and ran the 200, ran a good time. And then for finals, he had now 3 events. He ran the 100, got first. He ran the 4x2. He was the first leg, handing off to Gabe, and then to Calvin, then to Chris.
Got it.
And they got first in that. And then he finished the day with his 200, which he said he admitted that he was really tired.
Yeah.
Because he hadn't ran in about 3 weeks. But it was great to see him just compete and just go out and get the gold.
Fantastic. I'm not gonna discount y'all. You all get an opportunity to boast about y'all's best for y'all's PRs. I know I give the girls that chance, so I'm gonna give y'all the chance. It can be all the events and only some of the events, whichever one you want to talk about. So we'll go back around. I'll start with the headset this time, just to give an opportunity to smile and cheese over there. Talking about your PRs, all the events you do, or if you just want to mention the one that, well, you're here for.
Well, I only really ran three meets. I was injured for most of them, so
gotcha.
I only ran one main event. It was 100, and I opened up as a 10.9, and then I ran the relays for the rest of them.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
And of course the relay times, I know we already boast about them already. So we'll come back around. Give me your individual PRs. What do you got?
I got the 400 and the 4x4. That's basically I only run 2 events.
Yeah.
So
What's the PR for the 400?
The 400 is 50.33. Yeah, what I got at District.
There you go. What was that feeling like for you then? So now that I know it's your PR, what was that feeling that you cross, you see the time, and you just kind of?
It was like a wave of relief that just washed over me because I was super anxious. I knew that there was going to be some competition and people were going to compete, and I know they were going to try to beat me. I was going to try to beat them. So I was really, really anxious, and it was building up before the race. But after I finished and I caught him and I eventually beat him, it just was a huge wave of relief.
Fantastic. Now moving on, let's come back to the guy, the man of the hour. Apparently, just everybody comes back to you, man. Just walk me through. I know you talked about the relays, but do you have any individual PRs?
Yeah, I know I do those sprint relays, but I also do the 800, which is my single event. My best time is it's like 2-minute flat, 0.6, something like that.
Gotcha.
And I got 3rd at District, so I qualified for area, and I'm gonna try to qualify for area.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm sure it's here somewhere. At this point, this is useless. So let's keep going on. What's you just relays as well? Or you got some individual events?
I do the hurdles and the 4x4.
What's those? We've already talked a lot about the relays. So what's the hurdles?
The 110 is a 15.8, and then the 300 is like a 41.8.
Gotcha.
That's really it.
Fantastic. We in the same boat? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, I just run the 4x4 and the 4x2. So.
Yeah, I'm glad this speed is getting used in proper areas, but it's just funny to me. It's like, oh yeah, relays. Oh yeah, relays. Oh, I got one, and everything relays.
He was supposed to run the 200, but missed his race.
Oh.
Wanted to save it for the 4x4, so I ran a good time too.
Put the work there. He was like, Coach, I got you. I'm gonna get us to area. We're gonna be all right. We're not worried about that. So, obviously, Coach, with all these first place your boys got, what's the? I'm sure that maybe the expectations for area, but is there any special messages for the guys, and maybe for the whole team who qualify, whatever that may be?
We've been talking about just staying focused and just go out and run your race. We talked about the other day. Don't try to do anything spectacular or special. Run the race that you've been running all year, and just trust that your training is going to take over. And really, that's all you can do. And don't worry about the weather. Everybody has to run in it, whether it's windy or cold or hot. Just go out and do your best.
Fantastic. And I'm hoping this part's correct. The area meet's going to be April 17th, yes. Right? Correct? And then from what I've been told here, it's going to be at Abilene Christian?
It's going to be Abilene, the Shotwell Annex Field.
Okay.
Right next to Shotwell Stadium.
And these notes are useless today. So April 17th, I'm assuming both guys and girls will be competing at the same place. They will be competing in Abilene and next to Shotwell. That's as far as I got. So we're going to go that far. Without further ado, let's give a hand for the Chiefs boys track team. And, of course, as always, we wish y'all the best of luck, not only to y'all, but, of course, to the girls we talked to earlier. Best luck to all of y'all. I have as much faith as I do as I've had always in Lakeview, because, of course, I've had the privilege to be able to at least cover most of y'all through a majority of sports, so I appreciate that opportunity. But that's going to do it for Chiefs Insider today. As always, my name is Chad Miller. Shout out to our producer, director extraordinaire, Shay Harris. And as always, take care of each other and yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your night, a great rest of your week, and as always, go Chiefs.